Well, we're here with Professor Amy Herr, and I think maybe the best place to start is just for you to tell us a little bit about yourself and your work here at Cal.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for inviting me today. I'm a professor of bioengineering and I've been on the campus for almost a decade. Before that, I was a research scientist. I have my PhD in mechanical engineer, even though I'm faculty in bioengineering. And I think that speaks to some of the just huge changes in the engineering space over the past couple of decades. That some of the biggest problems are in bioengineering and also energy kind of areas as well. I'm in bioengineering and I've had the opportunity while at Berkeley to be involved in a couple of different startups in different ways. And one of those has been through undergraduate courses that I teach. So I've developed and have implemented the Capstone Senior Design course, Bioengineering 192, for undergraduates in the bioengineering discipline. And I think at Berkeley, one of the major strengths we have are all of the project-based learning opportunities. And certainly there are very big differences between a project and a startup, right? But in many ways, working on projects really helps you to understand how to frame and understand problems, how to approach problems in a way that may be unique from others, given your perspective, which can really lead to new insights and new innovation.
How do you think people across campus, what's the best avenue for them to go about that way? We have students, both undergraduate and graduate
Yes.
students, and faculty. I imagine they're very different problems to solve for to put themselves on that path towards becoming really good at something and solving a real problem with that experience and insight and technology.
Yeah, I think at the curriculum level, at the training level, one of the best things that you can do is to take the hard classes. Don't shy away from them because you're worried about something like your GPA or maybe other considerations as well. Really take something that's going to challenge you and force you to learn and to practice. So at the end of that course, you're going to be an expert in that technical area, and you're going to be ready to apply it in many different ways.
So maybe a good case study for this is the company you built. What was the decision-making point that, when you knew it was a company?
Yeah.
It was research that was developing in your lab for years that you were building with your graduate students.
Right.
When did you know that this could be a business and something that could come out of the lab?
Once I realized that UC Berkeley actually advocates and approves of faculty members being involved in entrepreneurship, I would say even more than that, strongly encourages. They put their money where their mouth is, right? Giving us funds to help us move our discoveries and inventions out into the world. Once I realized that was not only considered for me to be part of my job, but this campus considers it to be part of my job, that really gave me the green light to go ahead. There's one other aspect that I would add to that, which is we're not simply looking to translate our discoveries and inventions out into the broader world, but we're looking to translate these fabulous trained minds out into the world as leaders as well.
So for graduate students, whether in bioengineering or some other department across campus, what's your advice to them to start putting themselves on a path, not necessarily with the singular focus of starting a company, but enabling themselves to be able to take their project, their research, and build a pathway towards commercialization if something actually is there that needs to be brought to market?
I think one of the biggest things you can do as a graduate student, as a master's student as well, is indicate to your advisor, this is a path that I want to take. I'm going to be focused primarily on my research and those fundamental contributions while I'm training, but I also want to do professional development to understand more skills that I need to acquire and practice to be able to succeed. And there are, as we mentioned before, just some fantastic formal venues that are set up on this campus and the surrounding Bay Area that can help with that.
And one of the things I think in that same vein that we get excited about at Berkeley is that elsewhere in the Bay Area and where startups have really taken hold, there's this people lionize the very concept of a startup, and there's this singular focus to I want to build a company without really thinking problem first. And
Right.
I think at Berkeley we have the opportunity to sort of reverse that.
There maybe isn't, as you're pointing out, this singular focus on the startup as the end point. That's just the beginning, right? And it's based on this foundation of your training and your experience, as you're saying, while you're here and protected somewhat on this campus from risk. So the big thing for me about Berkeley is it's not, I don't see students so interested in getting rich as I see them interested in enriching the world around us, right? It's about how can they make contributions and take this time that they've had on campus working with people from all over the state and all over the world. Quite honestly, the opportunity to work in cutting-edge research laboratories with faculty, postdoc, and graduate students who are pushing the bounds on what we understand and what is possible, that is unique and important to an institution like Berkeley.
Well, we couldn't be more excited about the future of entrepreneurship at Cal, and thanks for your time, Amy.
Thank you.